Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm going to teach you how to play Undercover Martyn by Two Door Cinema Club today. A few notes. One, I really suggest you watch my cover of this song on my channel so you can understand how I play the song on piano and how I interpreted the song into musical notes. And the second thing is, I'm meeting a lot of people saying my tutorials are too fast. The problem with that is the tutorial is only as fast as you want to play the video. You can come rewind as many times as you want, and I'm going to speed through it because I don't have so much time on the YouTube video, but I'm going to try to hit some key points so you can rewind back and forth so you can really understand them. So I'm going to hopefully play this I'm going to teach you guys as easily as I can, but here you go. Let's start it off. Alright, the intro is split into two parts. The first part is the guitar part at the very beginning, before the guitar in the end starts playing that riff that everybody recognizes the song from. So here's the intro. I'm going to play it for you first so you can understand the rhythm of it and the speed. So here you go. Alright, that one more time. All this is, we're going to build this chord up step by step, alright? You're going to do a D chord, D major, which is a D, an F sharp, A, alright? And we're going to add the extra D. So it's 4 notes in this chord, alright? Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this extra D we added and we're going to move it down to a C sharp. Alright, so I move that note down right here. So it's... Alright, now with that chord in mind, I'm going to take my right hand, I'm going to man these two notes right here. It's the A and the C sharp. And in my other hand, I'm going to man the D and the F sharp. Okay? I'm going to move my fingers out of the way so you can see. So see how it's split up into two? Now, it's kind of like when you're sitting at your desk, like at school, and you're kind of drumming along right here. This is what it sounds like, because you're going to be drumming these notes pretty much. Alright? And you got to listen to the song a few times to really understand the beat of this, and it's really hard to simulate the guitar strumming back and forth on a piano, but with this, it does a pretty good job of it. So if you know the beat and you can kind of drum it out, so you translate to this. Alright, now I'm going to do that really slow, even though it won't make sense slow, but here we go. Alright, again, the beat. Alright, you can rewind if you need to listen to that again, but that's the best I can explain it. It's really kind of a weird thing to try to explain because it happened so naturally for me. So one more time. Alright, now the second chord that they play on the guitar is moved up to, you have these. Alright? Now, the switch we make is you take the A, move it up to a B, and then you move these two fingers up to an E and a G sharp. So instead of this, move them up. See how that works? Alright, so we just moved this and this. So basically we're playing an E chord. Instead of a D chord down here, move it up to an E chord, while keeping a finger here. So it's... Alright, and then we add an E over here. So it's... Move it up an E, add an E over here on the pinky. So this is what it sounds like. Rewind if you need to listen to it again. And it's the same kind of beat, so you're going to drum it out. Alright? Now, I like to think of bass notes as percussion, so when the snare drum hits before the intro really kicks in, I like to simulate the snare drum with some bass notes, so it sounds like this. When these notes right here is just an E chord without the G sharp. So it's kind of like a power chord equivalent in a guitar. Alright, so again that's E, B, E. Okay, rewind if you don't understand that. Alright, one more time in the intro. Alright, that's the first part of the intro. The second part of the intro is a little more complicated, but it's the same kind of idea. Alright, now first off we're going to start with the chords. Let's start with the melody first. The melody we all know from this song. So I'm going to play it first and then I'll try to go over it a little bit. So here we go. Alright, now the chords, it's the same chord we played in the intro. Right here, that's the first chord, but instead of playing with two hands, we have to play with one because now we're playing with the melody, so play normal D chord, and then just use your thumb here. Okay, so it sounds like this. And don't worry, I'm going to explain this, the melody a little bit more. So this is what it's going to sound like. With just the first chord. And if you don't understand the rhythm I'm playing this, just try to pick it up. It's hard to explain it, but Alright, let's explain this melody a bit. Starting on the A, it's going to go A, C sharp, D, C sharp, A. Alright, so it's next part. Alright, the next part was A, E, F sharp, back to A, C sharp, back to E, C sharp. So it's one more time really slowly. Okay, rewind if you don't understand that. Now we're going to move on to the next part, the next half. It starts off the same. Second half. Alright, you see how I kind of climbed back down, so it's climb back down. Alright? So this is what it sounds like in full. That's all we're missing. It's the same thing repeating, but those last three notes are different. They're going back down. Alright, now as for the chords, you start off with that same chord again. Alright, now what we do is, see these three, the last three notes you have in that chord? You keep those by moving your finger up. So you keep those, but we're just adding this note, an E. So it's that's the second chord. There's three chords in this intro. So here we go. E. And then we're moving it back down to an E. E, G sharp, B, E. So it's first chord it down if you need to. So I'm going to play the entire intro. Okay, slow it down if you need to. Rewind. Alright, next thing we have to do is play the verse. The verse is very similar to the intro, but slower and softer. So it's same chord, the first chord. Alright, it's the same progression as we did when we did this. Same chords, but instead of that, it's just the singing part. And let's watch closely. Alright, so you play the first chord, the first verse normally. The chords change up a bit. This is an E chord. E, C sharp, E, A. Right? So instead of going back up to this, we go back down to an A. That's the new chord. This is an E. Alright, I want to play this thing entirely. Full speed. Alright, and in the verse we're going to start saying in the basement, that's us, the bridge. So it's the same thing, same chords, but this is a little different, a little more challenging. You gotta be a little fast about it. Alright, so it's something like this. Alright, same chords as the verse, except for it's just different up here. Alright? Now here's the chorus. A little more difficult, a little more different, but here we go. Same chords. Real quick, right? Full speed. A lot of people ask me what my rhythm is for my chords, because I do a lot of cool rhythms, I guess. So I do something like this. Like, you know what I mean? Just to mimic the drums. I don't know how to explain that. You're going to have to listen to it and try to mimic it yourself, just like I mimic it off the original tracks. It's just something that you kind of pick up, and it's kind of hard to explain, especially to somebody who's just new to piano. So I'm not going to try to sit here and explain it to you, but it's something you can kind of pick up. So don't worry if you can't pick it up right away. You can simplify things by just pressing the chord once. So just... instead of having to go like really fast, trying to like do a lot of random stuff here. That's pretty much it, and then you go back to the original intro, which is just the after the chorus, all right, and it repeats itself. I don't think there might be like a solo in the middle, but I don't really get into that. This is the basic song. If you have any questions, let me know. I try to make it as simple as I can, and it's a kind of a complicated song at first, especially with the rhythm it has. But once you listen to the song, you'll understand it mostly. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and I hope this helps just a little bit. So hope you guys have a good day.